Okay folks, we're back, and this is the second video of this 8-point star. Okay, and I'll show you little tricks about putting the hooks in and stuff that I learned from somebody else, and we'll take it from there. But when I went offline, I had you do this side and both end grains. Okay, now we're going to do the center here, and I already kind of did one already to speed things along, and you're going to do the same exact thing. You want to be a little careful here, because you could, if you try to go across, you might split this off because the grain is running this way up and down. So just work towards the center, okay? Just like so. Alright. It works a little better for me to do it towards myself because I can put a little more pressure on it. It's kind of hard to hold it and push it. You know, I share how to use that push and pull method, and that works really well. So what you want to do is try to hook up your lines. There's your center line right there, you see it. We're just going to go down a little bit, and okay, that's one side. After I'm done with this, we're going to go to the 12-point star. And I kind of figured out how to do that, so that's kind of my own thing. I can't take credit for this particular one. The other person that has it on YouTube said they learned it at a roundup. So I don't know who's to take credit for it. I apologize for that, because I don't know who to go to give them the credit in learning how to do this. But the next one will be my way of doing a 12-point. And it's kind of a spin-off from this. I was playing around with it the other day and carving in the backyard. It was really warm here in PA a few days ago, and it's a great way to spend some time, I'll tell you, out on the deck on a warm day. Alright, and we're doing all the sides. See it merging? Okay, see, it's coming along. That's all it is a bunch of V cuts. You know, those of you that are interested in chip carving, it's kind of like chip carving in a sense, but in the round, if that makes sense. You're just doing triangles, triangular shapes, and it works really, really well. I was so excited to do something new and different for a change. You know, I wanted something simple, and you know, we all go through spells where things don't come easily to you for new ideas and such. If you're kind of in that position right now, don't feel disheartened. We all have been there. We know what that's like when you don't have anything you're working on at the time. Now, these black lines that I have, normally you do them in pencil, and you can just maybe sand those off a little bit, or just take your knife and trim them off. You could do that too. That's just going to make my block a little different, but you can put a little sliver of it off on each one, and then go back and redo it again a little bit. Alright, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here to get rid of that, because I don't want that black lines on there. And if you use magic marker, don't forget it's going to be soaked up into the wood, so you don't want to really use that if you can help it. Alright, I'm using it just to show you so you can see it better online, how it should be. And I'm just going back and tearing some of this off, and I'll go back and you know, make this a little finer here and there. You know, you want to make those edges really fine. That is not blood, that's ink, if you're wondering what that is. I have an inkjet refilling business, and I was fussing with some red the other day, and it just won't come off. Alright, so here we go. Alright, there's our 8-point right there, okay? So that's an enjoyable little project. You don't want flat edges like that. You just want to bring your corners up to a point, if you can do so. I know I did that because of putting the marks on here, but that's not really the way you want it. You want it to look like a real pointed look to it, like this, okay? So this is our project. It was a fun one. You can see We have 2 now. And in the next segment, when I'm done with this, what this is if I can pull this out, I don't have anything to pull this out with, but I'll come back and show you exactly how that's taken care of. All that is a fish hook, okay, and I cut it to the length, maybe about that long. I take it between 2 vices, grip vise, and I snap it off. You want to be careful doing that because of the sharp end. Somebody came to me, one of my students came up to me and told me about it, and I thought that was a cool idea. It's very small. You can get your little hanger in there for the Christmas tree. And what you want to do is snap it off, and then what I do is I put a little pinhole in with a little nail. One of my paint sticks has a little nail in it, and I push that as a pilot hole, and then I grab the top of this with like a plier, and then I push it in there really tight, and it works really well. And you can make that any length. I think I use a number 2 one with a hole on it. I think you can get like 50 in a box or so. So it's a neat idea, and that will hang very nicely in a tree. Okay, so that's how these are done. So that's what, and you can, as long as your block is square, you can do any size. This is a 1 inch, this is an 1.25 inches by 1.25 inches. You can go 1.5 inches. Just remember, the larger you go, the more work it's going to be. I like doing things a little smaller. If I were to do a beginner's class, I probably would do something 1.5 inches, this size or a little bit better, so they have something to hang on to. These little ones are a little hard to do unless you have real good control over your knife and all. So I hope you enjoyed it, and the next one we're going to do is this 8-point star, and I have the block all ready to go for that, and I'll explain that in the next segment. So you can tell there's a lot more drawing and sketching out things. It's a little more detailed, so we'll start on that one next. Okay folks, take care. Thanks for joining me here on the Carver's Woodshop. Bye bye.